value pork.
Why is there balloons going off?
Why is there balloons? Is it our birthday?
Happy birthday.
Good morning, anyway. How are you guys?
Good morning. Yeah, so we'll tell you more about that. What we just talked about in the papers there, but it's pretty much all about Parky Queeve, not surprising, the front page. Very cold again this morning. It was -3 when I was coming in, and I'll be honest, it doesn't seem, as in the roads seem fine again, which is good. I didn't get a single report yesterday of icy stretches. In fact, it was -7 on the county bounds, and somebody said they'd driven to Cork, and they said it was perfect.
Oh, good.
So look, just again, use caution where you can. But it is a frosty start for a lot of people this morning, and it will be like that again for the day. Highs today of about 4 degrees, but sunshine again.
So the plans or proposed plans to change the name of Páirc Uí Chaoimh are ongoing. The talks have now been paused after public backlash against the renaming of it. I haven't heard anyone saying it could be called Super Value Páirc Uí Chaoimh. They're all saying Super Value Pork. Well, surely it would be Pork E Super Value or something like that. Like
I never saw the pork thing. It was always going to be
Super Value Pork is what I'm seeing. Is what I'm seeing everywhere, and it's here in the Examiner as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, everything I saw yesterday was Super Value Park.
Yeah, but why not just Super Value Páirc Uí Chaoimh? It's still called Páirc Uí Chaoimh.
Totally agree with you.
It's so silly. But anyway, prison overcrowding at a record and set to worsen is another headline in today's Irish Examiner today. Also on the front page of the Examiner, 600,000 to get energy price cut. Bord Gáis Energy has said 600,000 customers will benefit from its latest round of energy price cuts. There's a reminder to you, if you're like me and you're out of contract with your electricity supplier, I need to switch.
Oh yeah, you said that to me today.
So my bill was much higher. My last bill was massive, and I think it's because I'm out of contract and I'm on a higher tariff now or something. So that was about 6 weeks ago and I didn't do it yet. And Munster just can't do things the easy way, writes Donal Lenihan in the sports section of the Examiner this morning.
The Irish Times this morning says 10 areas taking most refugees to get supports is the main story in the front page there this morning. Government says it will give resources for health, education and policing. And then they talk about Donald Trump. Obviously, it's been a big week for him. He won the Iowa caucuses in the States, which is kind of the first step towards becoming the Republican candidate for the US presidential elections. Trump's High Wire Act continues from the caucus to the courtroom, because in the middle of all that winning during the week, he still has to go to court, and there's various cases against him. And of course, he still has the impending appeals against, I'm not fully up now in American politics, but he's got the appeals against the states who basically said, you can't run for president. So, that's also covered in the Irish Times today as well.
I was watching the Oscar Pistorius documentary on, don't actually know if it was Netflix. Anyway, I was watching that over the past few days. And
that was the one that was out
a couple of
years ago.
Do you know what? Yeah, it's a couple of years old. I don't know which one it is, because I've seen a different one before as well.
I think there is two, maybe three even.
Yeah, there's probably more even. And the reason I mention it is that towards the end, when Oscar Pistorius gets his first sentence, which I think was just 5 years, and there was obviously a big outcry against, the very lenient sentence. And they had all these kind of legal experts and women's rights groups and all the rest, giving their reaction, just little tidbits of them going, it's a disgrace against women, blah, blah, blah. And next minute, Donald Trump pops up. And it's just like him, I don't know, was he on Twitter or what? So it would have been, 2014? Anyway, and he's just speaking into the camera, talking about what a disgrace Oscar Pistorius's sentence is. And I'm like, this lad just pops up everywhere where there's an audience. There he is. Because obviously that story was massive around the world. And there he was, just giving his tuppence worth on it. Yeah. I was just I burst out laughing when I saw it. But anyway. Also in the Daily Mail this morning, coalition fears of council revolt on refugees is a headline in the Mail this morning. The government fears a revolt by county councils over the country's immigration policy, and that's the main story in the Irish Daily Mail today. And then in the Inspire section, it's the pullout today. Am I just greedy, or is it the obesity gene to blame? Asks the paper this morning. So that's also in the Daily Mail today.
The Star then this morning, more on Páirc Uí Chaoimh Stadium name change on hold. Clangers, as in langers, and cash is the headline this morning. Cork GA chief slammed for selling off Park legacy. Now, I've said this yesterday, and I'm from Cork, a proud Cork GA person. I think it's ridiculous to not sell the naming rights of Páirc Uí Chaoimh. You're 30 million in debt. It's a guaranteed 300 grand a year for however many years.
Are they 30 million in debt?
It makes perfect sense to me. Understandably, there's a legacy bit to protect, but Elaine just hit the nail on the head. Super value Páirc Uí Chaoimh. Done.
Yeah.
Bang. Big logo up. Money coming in the door. People are.
And then when Super Value are gone, which these things
Which
don't
will
last
happen,
forever.
yeah. It'll just go back to Porky
as
Queeve.
in when they stop sponsoring it, is what I mean. Then it'll be Porky Queeve again. Are they 30 million? What do you be at in Cork with the money?
Well, it was
Cash.
70 million, so we're going well.
Cheapers.
Yeah, sure. That's because that's how much it costs. Like
It's pretty much all. The debt is based on the stadium itself, is it?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's the stadium.
Why
with
don't
30
you
million
get
debt, yeah.
why don't you get a few more concerts in there now?
We did. There's 4 coming up in 5 coming up in 2024.
You have all the answers.
All the answers.
I Cork to the end.
I said this yesterday. Like it exists. Glennisk O'Connor Park in Tullamore, Netwatch Cullen Park in Carlow. I can't think of the one in Westmeath, but theirs is renamed something else. Kingspan Breffni Park above.
Yeah.
Like so these things already exist, and Jerry said this yesterday on Radio Kerry as well. It's not down the line or anything like that, but it will happen. Like in Kerry,
for sure,
it will happen. It's just people need to just get over it. And at the end of the day, by the way, sorry. On a final note, whatever it ends up being called, it's not as if the teams are going to be coming out and it's going to affect the football or the hurling.
Mm-hmm.
Who gives a shit what it's called?
Yeah.
No, don't go. I swear, the day they try to name Croke Park, there'll be protests.
Oh yeah, but they will, won't they? They will name it
at some point, maybe. Anyway,
now that's what's trending on X. That's what people are talking about. They're talking about the naming issue over Porky Queeve this morning, and Jose Mourinho as well in the news over the past couple of days. He's been sacked as Roma manager. So people chatting about that, including calls for him to become the next Ireland manager.
no, I just don't think it just wouldn't suit. We don't have the players for his style.
Well, you would think we don't have the money for him, but at the same time, he's got so much money, I suppose, he can just take jobs that he
that's
fancies.
true.
He might just say, let's see, can I do anything with this?
I don't remember. I'm totally misquoting it now. I'm pulling this out of the sky, but I vaguely remember him saying something after the Man United job when he was sacked as Man United manager. I vaguely remember him saying something like he'd only ever manage Portugal if that was an option.
Okay.
Having said that, it was a long time ago. Money talks. Love Island is trending again.
It's the FAI.
Yeah.
Money talks and other stuff happens too.
The Love Island is trending again this morning. Your man Jake has left the villa, so I've been watching this and I just think it's absolute shite. I just realised last night as I was sitting there watching night 2, I said to and I was like, these are basically, not all, but the majority of them are just the rejects from all the other series. Because it's a Love Island All Stars.
So they're not winners and stuff.
No. They're just these are people who were,
This lad left because his ex was in there and they weren't going to get back together or something, did he?
No, the exact opposite. The public voted them together. Okay.
Oh, I thought he really wants to be with her and he couldn't.
Oh no, he like as soon as the public were like, and it's going to be Jake and Liberty. He was kind of like,
oh, and what do they have to do when we vote for them? Do they have to go on a date or?
No, they just.
What do you mean we voted?
Oh, they're coupled up together, so they sleep in the same bed.
Oh!
Yeah.
Sleep in the same bed?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, God, okay.
And True Detective, new series of that came out yesterday. Jodie Foster's in it, and early reviews are that it's pretty good, but the True Detective series tend to be pretty good anyway. So
Jodie Foster's really having a brilliant couple of months.
A revival.
A couple of years even.
Yeah.
That looks good. I saw the trailers for it. That looks good. I never watched any of the True Detective.
The first series I watched, but after that I didn't, and everybody has been telling me that they are excellent. So I will give this a go though, and they're all standalone. Like you don't have to kind of watch. You don't have to have seen series 1 to watch the whatever.
Yeah.
So
are they very violent?
The first one, I can't remember.
Gruesome.
First one is gruesome.
I was like, oh, okay.
First one is kind of gruesome. Yeah.
Okay, we've got a busy one on the way between 7 and 9 on Radio Kerry, so join us for that. Lots of good music, our bit of a hit. What else have we got? I missed yesterday, so I'm blink.
Whatever.
Blink.
We'll drink coffee and
you
figure
could
it
win
out.
€1,500 worth of advertising for your business. So if you're a business in the county, tune in and we'll give you details on how you could win that brilliant prize.
We're live.